What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. We've got 5 new artifact mods getting introduced with the second act of Revenant, and today we'll be taking an early look into how these new mods will change your current builds and weapon loadouts. These new artifact mods will fit into the bottom row of the Slayer Baron Apothecary Satchel, but there can only be 12 artifact mods active at once, so you'll need to shake things up a bit to get these equipped. The first mod that we have available is an authorized melee mod, which will decrease the cost of any melee-oriented armor mod down to just 1. This will include armor mods like Heavy-Handed, which generates orbs when defeating enemies with a powered melee. This will decrease the cost of melee kickstart, which converts armor charges into melee energy, so if you're using a consecration build, this would really amplify that uptime. Font of Vigor will also be reduced, which will provide you with bonus strength whenever armor charges are active. This will provide 30 points with the use of 1 mod, and as much as 60 points whenever using 3. The cost of momentum transfer, impact induction, and bolstering detonation will all be reduced down to 1, and those provide some great sources of generating bonus energy, which can really help out on several different build types. The second new mod that we'll be getting is Emergency Flare, and that affects how emergency reinforcement functions. When you become critically wounded and have at least 3 armor charges available, those armor charges will be converted into a bonus of 10% to your overall damage resistance. Based on how many charges were consumed, this will provide that bonus resistance for as long as 15 seconds, but that would require 5 armor charges to be consumed. But that should now change to 4, and whenever reinforcements kick in, you'll have at least 1 armor charge left over, which would open you up to be able to use emergency reinforcement at the same time as weapon surges. The thick of it provides bonus armor charges whenever you rapidly defeat enemies while being surrounded. This requires at least 2 enemies to be within close proximity, so this could be a really easy source of bonus armor charges to help fuel weapon surge and kickstart mods, especially when on a melee-centric build. When using a corresponding tonic, this will grant all weapons with an increase in handling, and in the case of swords, this will mean improved charge rate of your heavy attack. Curative Orb will generate orbs of power whenever breaking a target shield, but only on the first shield break. This could result in the creation of a lot of orbs in activities like Nightfall and Onslaught, and with all those extra orbs, you'll be able to charge up and maintain those kickstart and surge mods more easily. And when using the corresponding tonic, this will grant those orbs with recuperation. So whenever you collect an orb, you'll gain 70 points of health. So if you're accustomed to using Better Already or recuperation, you could take those off and make use of weapon surge mods instead. The final new artifact mod that we have is Arc Compounding, which provides a bonus in damage to any source of arc damage whenever used against enemies who are blinded. There's a lot of builds that thrive on their ability to blind enemies. The Liar's Handshake and the Moth Keepers are just 2 of the most well-known ones, so having bonus damage would be incredible. We don't have the official percentages yet, but this should range between 5 and 10% bonus damage, which is really going to benefit a lot of prismatic and arc builds. With exotic weapons like Exdaris, Centrifuge, and Grand Overture offering built-in methods of blinding enemies, these should end up being pretty powerful options to combine with this artifact mod. The addition of these new mods will create a lot of synergy and cohesion with a lot of builds, providing you with a lot more ability energy, more weapon surges, and more healing. But what are your thoughts on these new artifact mods? Do any of them really stand out to you, or do you feel disappointed by any? Let us know down below. That's going to wrap things up for today's video, but I wish you all the best of luck out there. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.